Hello, I'm Andy Robertson. I write and talk about video games, and I run the Game People website. I'm going to be talking about games and consoles. I'm going to tell you how to set up Kinect for your Xbox 360. Now, Kinect is the controller from Microsoft where you can play games without having to use a controller at all. You just simply stand in front of the camera and you can gesture with your arms and limbs and it can see what you're doing and you can control in-game characters. What you'll find when you open your Kinect is a variety of different connections. Now, you need to plug these into your 360 console. How this setup works depends whether you have one of the new 360 Slim consoles or one of the original ones. If you have an original console, you'll need to use the power plug that plugs into the USB port that then plugs into the 360. If you've got an Xbox Slim, the console can power the Kinect controller itself, so you don't need that power plug. As you're setting up your Kinect controller, this is the plug that you have at the end of the lead. Now, this plugs straight in to the Slim version of the Xbox 360, simply as that. On the old original Xbox 360s, you need to use the additional cable that came with your Kinect controller, and that draws power from the mains and then feeds that into the 360, and you plug it in to the rear USB port here. So I'm going to start the process of setting up Kinect. Now we've got everything plugged in. So this is the point where you need to put your controller down and stand up in front of the sensor. It will then use the camera calibration, the microphone calibration and the speaker calibration to control things from here on. So here I'm stood in front of the Kinect controller and you can see on the screen that it's already detecting my limb movement. It's asking me to wave to start the setup process, which I'll do. The first choice we've got are these two options, but rather than using your controller to make them, you simply raise your hand. Hover over the one you want, wait for the circle to complete, and that's the selection done. I can now choose a starting avatar for my Kinect game, just the same way, and again click done by holding my hand up, waiting for the circle to complete. So this is a tutorial guide that introduces anybody to playing Kinect. So with Kinect set up, I can start and play my games without having to touch a controller. There are two ways to do this from this screen. You can raise your hand and wave, and then use the menus by moving the hand around on the screen, or you can simply talk to your 360. Xbox, Kinect. Here the Xbox Kinect controller has heard what I've said, and it's taken me to the game screen. I now want to start playing my game, Kinect Sports. Here we are. So to start a game, as I've just been told on the screen, you just raise your hand above your head. So here I'm going to choose this avatar and start playing. So that's how to set up Kinect.